What's up YouTube? I'm Kevin, and in this video, we are gonna take a look at some of my favorite gear from 2024. This is my Holiday Gear Guide 2024 edition. All right, a couple things before we get going here. Not all of this gear was released in 2024. What this is my favorite gear for the year, the stuff I chose to use more often than not over all the other gear I use and test. These are my daily drivers. This is the stuff I use every day. All right, my favorite stuff for the year. Doesn't necessarily mean it came out this year, although some of it may have, but not all of it. Number two is I made an executive decision that I'm not going to feature anything that's not readily available. So I have a few pieces of gear that are some of my favorites that are hard to get, difficult to come by, things you can't get right now, not off the shelf necessarily. So I'm not going to put those in the video. This is stuff that you can go get right now. I don't think it would be a good holiday gear guide if I was featuring stuff that you couldn't holiday gear up with. Having said all that, let's get started with the Pack and Roam 2024 Holiday Gear Guide. All right, first up, we're going to cover bags, and I've got a couple different types of bags here. I've got a EDC category, I've got a travel category, and then a rucking category. So my favorite EDC bag for the year, the one I found myself grabbing the most and the one I most enjoyed using this year, was the 18-liter dual compartment bullet ruck from Ruck. Awesome bag. I've done a full review on this pack. If you're interested, please go check out that video. Love this bag. This is in the Robic ripstop material, and just overall great size, great organization. Love the layout. Fantastic bag. In the travel category, my favorite travel bag for 2024 was hands down the CTB 26. Now I've got a couple different versions of this. This is the original. This is the Coyote colorway. I found myself choosing this bag time and time again, even when I had other bags I knew I had to use because I wanted to review them. I still chose the CTB 26, which probably delayed some of my reviews this year because I love this bag. Now, I did a full review on this bag as well. So if you're interested in watching that, you can definitely go check it out on the channel. Full review very recently, as a matter of fact, on the CTB 26. All right. Last category is rucking. And that was kind of loud. I probably wear this bag more than all my other bags combined because I do try to ruck just about every day. And I'm still using the Ruck Rucker 4.0 25 liter. Since I'm doing more traveling for work, I've actually broken my goal out to a weekly goal. So I'm still trying to get the same or more mileage, but I'm not always able to ruck during the week when I'm traveling. So the Ruck Rucker 4.0 25 liter. Love this bag. Use it constantly. All right, now that we've covered bags, let's take a look at some of the stuff I've loaded out in the bags. All right, so we're gonna start with what I've got in the 18-liter dual compartment bullet ruck. In the front pocket, and I've showed this in multiple videos, but this is my favorite notebook setup. I go back and forth between all digital and then a mix of digital and analog, and I just have a hard time totally eliminating analog. So this is the notebook I tend to use and I carry around with me. It's easy, convenient. The size is nice. This setup and the notebook and the paper is perfect for manufacturing where I work. And it can be dirty, greasy, wet. And this holds up extremely well. So this is the notebook cover C980B. These are made by Tactical Tailor. And there's a tag somewhere right there, Tactical Tailor. For sale through Right in the Rain. And then this is the 370F notebook from Right in the Rain. So this is very durable paper that is waterproof, grease proof. If you're using a ballpoint pen or a pencil or even a grease pen, you can write wet, you can write with grease. It works out perfect. Then I tend to carry a variety of writing utensils in here. The Right in the Rain pencil, a marker, cheap Papermate ballpoint pen. I've got a grease pen, and then I've got a Right in the Rain click ballpoint pen with a pressurized cartridge in it. So this setup works great, very convenient, easy to load out, easy to manage, doesn't take up a lot of space, and I have shown this in other videos. Next up, out of the Bullet Ruck, is my new daily driver for wallet. This is a minimal front pocket wallet. I definitely do not like to carry fat wallets. The days of carrying a fat back pocket wallet are long over. If you haven't upgraded, it's time to do so. And if you're looking for a great wallet, this is the Minimalist M1 wallet from Leo's Leather Goods. I bought this from him a couple weeks ago. I've been using it ever since. Just a fantastic wallet, very nicely made, handmade Italian leather, great stitching on there. He's got his dog on there as his logo, which is kind of cool. He stamped my initials on this one for me. Fits, I've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or so cards in there, plus my ID, and I could get a little bit more in there. It's got some give to it because it's leather, and then it wears in nicely. It's starting to get a little scratched up and kind of look cool from carrying it around constantly. So the way this is set up is you've got 2 compartments in there wrapped around this middle area. And I don't necessarily think this middle area is designed to hold a card. You've got the rough side of the leather in there, the unfinished side. But what I found is it's perfect for my ID because it's really grippy. So I like to keep my driver's license in that center section. It's not going to fall out of there. It takes a little bit of effort to remove it, but that's nice because that is probably the only absolutely mission critical thing in this wallet when I'm traveling is my ID. I cannot get anywhere without my driver's license when I'm flying domestically. So I like to keep it nice and secure in that center area. But overall, awesome wallet, leosleathergoods.com. Check it out if you're looking for a gift idea for yourself or somebody else. This makes a perfect gift, handmade, no affiliate relationship with Leo's Leather Goods whatsoever. Alec is the gentleman's name that runs it, and check it out. Great wallet. We're gonna move on to the alpaca hub accessories and the hub system in general. So I do have the alpaca full bundle, and I use it for my keys. So my keys sit on an alpaca hub. I've got a hub pouch, and I have completely fallen in love and used the hub system on a daily basis now. I have some of the other accessories. I have the hub carabiner. I've got the full hub set that came with the lanyard, the hook. But my favorite right now, the ones I use every single day are for my car keys and then for the hub pouch. Now, I've had the alpaca hub pouch for a while, and it's just so much better with the hub system. So my keys and this hub pouch are sitting on the hub rail right in my kitchen. You know, I grab my coffee in the morning or anytime I'm heading out the door, grab my keys, and my hub pouch is loaded out with things I typically need on a daily basis or like to have with me. So I've got a flashlight in there, charging cable. Sometimes I'll have the charging battery in there, but I don't necessarily need it. I'm usually in my truck, so I can avoid that bulk. Usually carry a pocket knife separately, but in case I forget, there's an extra pocket knife in here. I'd rather have 2 pocket knives than no pocket knives. So I like to have that extra in there. I've got a pen, nice bright flashlight. This one happens to be the stainless Rovivon A2, which is pretty hefty, but really cool flashlight. So this is now one of my new favorite things that I don't have to remember to grab it out of my drawer. I don't remember have to assemble anything. Oh, and then I usually I have some Listerine breath strips. I bet you forgot about these things, huh? In the front pocket of the hub pouch. Absolutely love it. And then you can connect this to, you know, the hub carabiner or the clip, have that in your pocket, whatever floats your boat. All right. Top section here, and I didn't load this out, but I have it in there. This is my favorite sling for the year. This is the TomTalk T21. I did a full review on this one recently as well. It carries well. The materials are second to none. The bang for your buck in this T21 TomTalk Navigator is pretty much impossible to beat. I don't think you can find a sling with more bang for your buck than this sling. The materials are fantastic. It carries extremely well. Awesome sling. One of my favorites for the year. Continuing on with the everyday carry theme here, we've got a multi-tool and pocket knife. So my absolute favorite pocket knife right now is the Para 3 from Spyderco. This has been on the top of my list for a long time. Just a fantastic knife. Love carrying this knife. I do Tend to carry the Benchmade Bug Out quite a bit too. That one is a little more low key, so it's really low in your pocket, easy to carry, very light, very, it's not scary, it's not, doesn't stand out. This one doesn't really though either, with the black on black that I have of this one. So love the Spyderco Para 3. Definitely one of my favorite pocket knives. And then I do absolutely love the Leatherman Arc, and I've featured this in some other videos. I've shown it quite a bit. I have a lot of Leathermans, and I have a Wave that I carry every day at work. So that one's kind of beat up. It's grimy. I have to clean it quite a bit because I work in filthy conditions. This is the one I carry for personal carry. So I'll carry this on me, especially if I'm going camping or something. It's great to have all these tools in a small little package. Love the Leatherman Arc. And then there's going to be a couple flashlights throughout this video. This is one of them. So this is the Nitecore EDC 27, 3000 lumens. This one's capable of 3000 lumens. So this is about the largest flashlight I would carry. And I love the flat design of these. So I do not like to carry big fat round flashlights. I either carry very small round ones, or I've got a couple of these flatter style. Like I've got the EDC 30, I believe it is, Angel Eyes from Rovivon, which is another great flashlight, but this light's tough to beat. EDC 27 from Nitecore, up to 3000 lumens, emergency modes, the whole 9 yards. So awesome brightness to size ratio, just super bright. And that flat profile makes it very easy to carry, which, typically the bigger, rounder flashlights, you have to carry that externally, like off your belt or something. This one you can slide in your pocket, gonna stay out of the way. So while we're on flashlights, we'll hit the next flashlight. That is the Rovivon E5 Angel Eyes, which is a great little lightweight flashlight, extremely bright. I believe it's 650 lumens. I'd have to look it up, but love carrying this. It's also got the side lights. So this one has red and white side lights. So the white you could use as an ambient area light to read whatever you need to do. The red has a couple modes, including flashing, like a beacon type mode, which is great for safety. I like to bring this one when I travel because it's nice and compact. It has a rechargeable built-in lithium-ion battery, but it also has a AAA battery. So you don't have to worry about running out of charge because you have that backup battery in there. So a little bit bigger, but I mean, that's still very small flashlight, very bright for its size. I can use it as a flashlight. I can use it as a safety device if I'm going for walks at night or trying to ruck, in a location I'm not familiar with in the dark. Great flashlight to carry. Love the Rovivon E5. All right, next up, and the only thing I put inside this bag are my new favorite travel shoes, and really everyday drivers, especially for fall, and then heading into cooler weather where it's wetter. But these are the Ruck Mac V1 Travelers. These happen to be the Carryology Berserker edition, so they've got the blue inside lining. They do have the non-Carryology edition now in stock as a standard selection from Ruck. The Mac V1 Travelers are fantastic. I love them. You could definitely feel a difference with these. They went a different direction with these shoes. Typically, they provide shoes that are meant to get wet and dirty, and they have drain holes in there so that the water can get through. These are more meant to keep your feet dry and warmer, I would say, because they don't have that ventilation, those holes in them. You're not going to get dirt or wet water in there, which is more preferable for traveling, and I would say typical everyday use. So these are my new favorite everyday shoes, the Ruck Mac V1 Travelers. Moving over to the CTB 26, I've got a few things loaded out in here. This again has been my favorite travel bag for the year. It's starting to get a little stained up. I probably need to clean it a bit, but absolutely love the CTB 26 from Evergoods. Inside this bag, I've got a handful of my favorite travel clothes and travel organizers. So right on top right here, this is the Proof 72-hour merino hoodie. Love this hoodie. Probably one of the most comfortable hoodies I've ever owned. Just awesome. I bought this from Huckberry a little while ago, and I've been using it on all my trips this fall. I like the full zip hoodie design because it allows me to ventilate if necessary. And then this one's got a very nice zippered pocket built in because the full zip hoodie pockets typically suck and you can't really depend on them, but not in this one. Awesome. You got metal hardware on the pulls. You've got the nice zipper pull setup. So I don't want to turn this into a full review of this hoodie, but I absolutely love, very comfortable, nice and thick, merino, travels well, wears well. the 72-hour merino hoodie from Proof, bought via Huckberry. Absolutely love this hoodie. All right, below that, and I mentioned these in a recent video, but these are my favorite travel pants to wear while flying, well, actually on the jet. These are the 686 anything cargo pants. Awesome pants to fly with. If you're interested, I talked about these in a little bit more detail in the video I recently did on some of my favorite travel gear. So I'm moving on to my favorite travel pants that I always pack and I wear at my destination. These are the pants I like to wear when I get where I'm going. And they've also kind of become my favorite daily pants in general. I tend to wear these a lot, period. These are the Evolution pants from Western Rise. Absolutely love these. Also mentioned these recently in a travel video. Very lightweight, easy to pack, very durable. I mean, fold down to just about nothing. These are just great pants to travel with and wear. Extremely durable. I've worn them quite a bit, have washed them quite a bit. I see no pilling. I see no signs of wear. Just very lightweight, but also very rugged and just fit very well. So love the Western Rise. And then while we're on Western Rise, my new favorite t-shirt is the Western Rise X Cotton Tee. I did mention this in a recent video as well. You know, my daily t-shirt still tends to be the Carhartt, and I've got a lot of these, but I will tell you for sure, I will be buying more of the Western Rise X Cotton Tees because this is one of the most comfortable t-shirts I think I've ever worn in my life. Just absolutely fantastic t-shirt. And then we'll spend a few minutes talking about organizers. So I've got 3 different varieties in here, and you'll notice they're all Evergoods. And I keep coming back to these 3 as my favorites. So I've tried lots of different organizers, lots of different tech cases and dop kits and you name it. And I keep coming back to the Evergoods cap line because they're just awesome. So I've got 2 different versions of the cap one. This is probably the one I use the most often. This one's the Griffin edition, very cool as well. But so this one is my personal tech organizer with my personal tech in there that I typically carry on a daily basis when I'm not traveling. And then this one is loaded out with my travel tech that I use when I'm traveling. So laptop, work stuff. Just there's a lot of great ways to organize your gear, but the cap one is such a great option. And it's just, they load out with a pretty astounding amount of stuff and then still remain nice and slim. So absolutely love the cap ones and keep going back to them. I just keep coming back to the cap ones. They're just that well thought out. All right, and then this cap two, I've got a few different cap twos. This is the Eco Pack, the blue one they did a while back, I think maybe last year. This is my mobile camera setup. So I keep my DJI Pocket 3 in here, my Insta360 Go, my Insta360 X3, all fits in here. And I just love this. Oh, and then I also keep this very powerful 40-watt battery-powered light in here. This is the M40 from Zhiyun. I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce these, but it's dimmable. You can change the color of the light, but extremely powerful, active cooling built in. Just a great portable light to have on hand. So that usually goes in there. But I can get everything I need for filming in here with all my mobile camera gear, I would call it. So the Pocket 3, the case is in there. I'm actually using the Pocket 3 to do vertical while I do horizontal. So that's pretty cool. But that fits in there nicely. The spare battery usually goes right in there. Then I got the X3 here, the Go 3 here, the light there. I carry one DJI mic, fits perfect in there. And then all the accessories. So the 360 handle, the Insta360 handle fits in that top part. All the accessories. This is the tripod for the Pocket 3. And then all the different accessories you get with the Go 3 for attaching. They all fit seamlessly in here. So this is just, this all lives in here. If I want to take it all with me, I grab it and go. But more often than not, I'm breaking it out into smaller kits. And that's where the cap half comes in. So if I'm going to take the Go 3 and or the Pocket 3 somewhere, those usually get broken out into the cap half, which is just, this is a cool bag. I mean, this is the X-Pack Coyote version. It fits a lot more than you think it would. But, you know, I'll put, for instance, I can throw that in there and still fit the I could fit the Go 3 and the X3 in there. The only problem is the selfie stick does not fit in there, so I have to carry that separately. Or I can put the Pocket 3 in there, and then the big battery will sit sideways in there. I can put some accessories on the sides like the mic. So I do find myself using the cap half quite a bit. I absolutely love all of Evergood's. Absolutely love all of Evergood's tech organization gear. That's just some of the best stuff out there. Then I do have one more piece of clothing I want to mention it, and that is the REI Co-op Sahara long sleeve shirt for men. I love to travel in this shirt, so it's very lightweight, very breathable, has some cool pockets in it. These are Velcro, so they're easy to access, but they have flaps so you can put stuff in there. They don't fall out. Nice little loop for your sunglasses here. It's got this cool little zipper pocket. I think it's on this side down by the hem. So perfect size for your wallet, your ID. You can put your AirPods in here. Really cool setup. Great shirt to travel in. Absolutely love it. Lightweight, breathable, very durable. It's nylon with a little bit of spandex in there, so you get a little stretch. It's vented in the back, which it doesn't really look obvious, but it is. And then just overall comfortable shirt. Really love this. Packs down very small, very lightweight. Great for travel or just outdoors in general. Love the Sahara shirt from REI Co-op. All right, lastly, we're gonna move on to my rucking setup for this year and some of my favorite rucking accessories. Rucking has become a big part of my life and I enjoy it. It keeps me moving. It's great exercise. My typical weight is still about 45 pounds. If I know I'm not gonna get the distance I wanna get though, I'll up that to 60. So if I'm doing a mile, I'll do 60. If I'm gonna do 2-3 plus miles, then I stick to 45 pounds. As I mentioned, still using the 25-liter Rucker 4.0 from Go Ruck. Just a bulletproof, amazing bag. Starting to get a little beat up, but I don't throw it around too much because I also have a lot of Go Ruck's sandbags, so I'll train with those on the weight side. But some of my favorite accessories this year, I did order a set of the Ruck Straps from Rucks on Parade. These are Ruck Straps with carabiner, pretty affordable, very nicely hook onto the webbing loops on the shoulder strap, or you can hook them onto the top handle. So my son and I both have the same color, my youngest son, same color Rucker. So I put a green wrap on mine so you can tell the difference, but now I also have the red straps on there, which is the differentiator. But these are great. Love having these now. It's my favorite new accessory. Definitely helps prevent sausage fingers on longer rucks. Another flashlight in this video. This is the Rovivon A5. I've shown these in other videos, but I like to keep this through the loop there. I do tend to ruck quite a bit when it's dark out, whether that be very early in the morning or late at night. Very bright flashlight for its size. Also has a glow in the dark case to it. And then probably my favorite feature and why I typically carry it rucking is that it's got the side lights, white and red. Particularly the red has a very bright strobe mode. So I can put on strobe, I can clip it to the top of my hat so it won't irritate the hell out of me, but you're gonna see me from a mile away and you're not gonna run me over with your car in the morning when you're going to drop your kids off at school or wherever you're headed. And then otherwise, I do use the Go Ruck carabiner. I bought one of these a long time ago, but 9 times out of 10, really 10 times out of 10, my dog loves to go rucking with me, so I almost always bring him with. And I hook his leash to here when I'm rucking with him. That way I can stay hands-free. I don't always use the waist belt. As a matter of fact, I rarely use it. If I were going to use the waist belt, I would hook him to that. But since I don't, this works out extremely well, and I like to do it that way. And then a couple things inside that I will mention. So some of my favorite ruck accessories. I always like to have a pair of Mechanix gloves with me when it gets cooler out, or even when it's not, if I'm going to do any type of calisthenics or push-ups or anything, you know, out on the cement or concrete or asphalt or even on the ground. I like to have the Mechanix gloves. And then I always have a Carhartt beanie in there. I got this little tiny Night Eyes S hook in there that I use if I do bring a water bladder with me. And then lastly in here, obviously you can see I've got a big pair of shoes. These are the Go Ruck Rough Runners. This now completes, I think I have every pair of shoes that Ruck makes. Don't judge me, but I do love their footwear. These are the latest purchase. So I shied away from the Rough Runners for a while because, you know, initially I saw some bad reviews. I saw people didn't like them as much. The ballistic trainers have kind of been my favorite. So I shied away from buying the Rough Runners. And then they were on sale a few weeks back and I grabbed a pair to try them out. And I do have to say, I've been wearing these every day since I got them. And I do absolutely love the Rough Runners. I have yet to run in them, but they're great for rucking. So that was the other thing that kind of led me to pick up the Rough Runners finally is I would like to start adding running back into my workout. It's been years since I've run with any amount of frequency. I know there's other great running shoes. I mean, there's tons of great running shoes out there and brands that have been doing it for a lot longer than Ruck. But I feel like these are optimized for rucking and running, probably more so for what I'm going to be doing than some of the other shoes. And I have to say, so far, these have not disappointed. Definitely more padding and more cushion than the ballistic trainers. So last thing I want to mention is more for your mind, and it's not gear, but it is gear related. And that is Michael Easter's 2% newsletter, community, whatever you want to call it. If you're not familiar with Michael Easter, go check him out at twopct.com. I read both of his books. He wrote The Comfort Crisis and Scarcity Brain, and I got hooked. If you're familiar with Ruck, you know Ruck sponsors him. He's kind of tied into some of the stuff they do. He rucks, and he writes about, you know, practical stuff you can do to improve your mental health and physical health and well-being, and just a wealth of great information. And really enjoy reading and listening to the podcast. He's got the books. He's got the 2% newsletter. I'm kind of scrolling through his website right now, but I am a subscriber. I subscribe to his website, and I love listening to the podcast. I listen to his podcast when I'm traveling. I read the weekly letters and newsletters he puts out. One of the very few newsletters that I get that I'm actually excited to get and I read. So just something to consider. Could make a great gift for, you know, the fitness-minded people in your life. So just reading from his page, his goal is and always has been, he says, to find the best practical ideas and advice you can leverage to improve your life today and for years to come. So his ideas have been adopted by NASA, NFL, Major League Baseball, U.S. Special Forces, Fortune 500 companies, top-tier universities, multi-platinum selling musicians, and millions of people worldwide, he says. So I am not an affiliate, just FYI. I have no affiliate relationship with 2% or Michael Easter, but I do love his work, and I think that you may too, so go check it out. That's it. So that's all I have for the 2024 Pack and Roam Holiday Gear Guide. What do you think? Any questions, comments? Definitely drop me a line below in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. If you found this video useful at all, please smash that like button below for me, and definitely consider subscribing to my channel. Thanks.